It's at home against Stockport up next for Blues. It's on Wednesday night, and looking at the current table, Stockport sitting fourth, Blues sitting third. Stockport have played a couple more games than Blues and are 3 points behind us, so obviously the points per game is a lot higher for Blues with not playing as many games. But as I said last time out, the points per game for us compared to Wickham is still in favour of the latter. So yeah, it's tough. Wickham pulled out a last minute winner to win it 1-0 in their previous game. It was like 90 plus 3, 4, something like that. So yeah, they're finding ways to win. Wickham have won 8 in a row, but they're brilliant at the moment. But enough about them. Blues v Stockport, a massive game, third against fourth. How do you think this one's going to go? Let me know down in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. Stockport, as you can see, played 17, 8 wins, 6 draws, 3 losses. So not too many losses for Stockport. They've also scored 29 goals, which is the third most in the league, behind top Wickham, and then 13th place Peterborough, who have scored a lot but also conceded 29, which is the joint most in the division. It's pretty crazy. So Peterborough are League One's Brentford, if you would. Stockport, right, 3 wins in a row. Obviously we know about Louis Barry, the ex-Villa player, who is doing very well for them. I say ex-Villa player, I think he's on loan at Stockport, and they're thinking about recalling him in January. So maybe Stockport will drop off when that happens, but I've heard they're a very good attacking side. They are very creative. And does that mean we're going to have to play the same shape we did against Exeter in our last game? We won it 2-0 and we went 3 at the back. It seemed like a much more balanced performance compared to the previous games where we were really struggling. As you can see, 3 games without a win. That game against Exeter was good. It wasn't that exciting again. We had a few chances but not many, but we really limited them. I think their first shot on target came in the 90th minute maybe. So yeah, we limited Exeter to not much. Whether we go with that again, I think we probably will, because it worked, and it probably should work again, but especially against a side as good at attacking as Stockport. It'd be nice to have Cochrane one side, Laird or Gardner Hickman on the other. He did go with Anderson last time, but yeah, creativity out wide, because Cochrane, basically David Beckham in League One. Having creative players who can ping brilliant passes that wide out really stretches other opposition. So I think that's the way to go. Funny thing about that game, we won it 2-0, and the goal scorers were Tomoki Iwata and Jay Stansfield. Does it seem to you as well as me that every time one of them scores, the other scores? Because I could have sworn we've had quite a few games this season where both of those have scored. So yeah, I mean, Iwata, another goal outside the box. It just incredible at striking a ball from outside the box. Always seems to find the bottom corner. And Stansfield with another penalty sealed the game. It was one that I was worried about because we were 1-0 up for such a long time again and couldn't find that goal. But we win a penalty and Stansfield looks very assured from the spot. So Stockport, let's take a look at their recent fixtures. So you can see their wins have came 5-0 against... Well, they lost 5-0 to Wickham. Then they beat Bolton 5-0. Beat Wrexham 1-0. Very big result there. And beat Burton 3-0. So, I mean, they qualified for the FA Cup. We don't really care about the Cup at the moment. This is all about the league. And, I mean, 3 clean sheets in a row after playing Bolton and Wrexham especially. Pretty good going. The Wickham one just looks like a bit of a miss, to be honest. A day where they didn't necessarily turn up, but they beat Reading before that, who were sitting in 7th. They beat them 4-1, so another convincing performance. 13 goals scored in their last 5 games, so they are scoring goals. And if we look over here, can't see it, top players, Louis Barry, as you see, 7.46, but quite a few players, and it's not just all their defenders or all the attackers that are doing well. It seems to be across the team. There's good performances there. If we just have another look, midfield, defender. So there's a few forwards, a few defenders, a few midfielders, all performing very well according to SofaScore. The interesting thing I like to look at is big chances per game. They have 2.5. They miss 1.5 of them, which does mean that they take one big chance per game. Again, you tend to miss more than you score, from what I've seen anyway, but yeah, they score one big chance they get every game, it seems, so that's not great for us, but yeah, plenty of goals. They've conceded 17 in 17. On to Blues. Obviously, we are sitting third at the moment. 2 games in hand on Wrexham and they're a point above us, but 1 game in hand on Wycombe and they're 5 points ahead of us. Look at the big chances for us per game, 2.8, so a few more than Stockport, tiny bit more, and missed is 1.6, so again a little bit more, but 1.2 converted per game, which is interesting. We have a lot of shots, not many on target. That's our kind of problem, that we don't worry teams too much. Ball possession, I mean, if that stays above 70% at the end of the season, that will be ridiculous considering every championship season I can remember, we've been awful with the ball. We've never been able to string 3 passes together, and now 70% possession, 526 accurate passes per game, which is 85%, so very good. Looking at player ratings, again, similar. You know, Bielik's top, but defender, midfielder. May and Stansfield down here, so maybe our forwards aren't performing as well, which would make sense considering having a lot of shots, not getting many on target. Does add up, but if we just look at the Birmingham Stockport game, so I think this is crazy. Stockport to win is 4-1. I think, you know, if I was, that's with Bet365, but if you use Sky Bet and you have Acker freeze, Stockport doesn't seem like a bad shout, because Blues start a lot of games slowly, so, you know, Stockport take the lead and you freeze it, fair enough. I mean, Stockport to win should not be 4-1, it should be, is it more of a 3-2? Something like that. Maybe 2-1, but 4-1 is very, very generous, so yeah, that's interesting there. Many games between these two sides, not that I can remember. Head to head, no head to head at all in this, so yeah, first time playing Stockport according to SofaScore, so going back quite a while. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes on. I'm predicting, what am I going to go for? I mean, we're at home, haven't lost a game at home all season. So 5 wins, 2 draws and no losses. Stockport away from home, decent, 3 wins, 4 draws and a loss. So maybe it's aiming towards a draw or a Blues win. Last time out against Exeter I went for a 1-1 draw and we won it. This time I'll go. I'm worried that if I predict Blues to win, we won't win. But I'm going to go Blues to win it 2-1. And hopefully that comes true. Make sure to like and subscribe, get your predictions down below, and keep right on.